Running a small business and always short on time? Do you feel like you're drowning in details and don't know where to start? If you're looking for a way to finally organize your projects and stop worrying about forgetting something, see why a project management app with proper support might be exactly what saves your business. And today we'll talk about this and about experiences of our best Nozbe expert, Asia Piechocka. Right, Magda?
Yes, today you spoke with Asia in the morning of our time, and Asia, in English, Joanna, she's one of our most efficient and great experts because she managed to help switch to Nozbe over 100 solopreneurs and small business owners, mostly women, because she's a coach and personal. I don't know, personal consultant for business owners, and she helps usually women to get rid of chaos and stress when running a small company. And her main tool, her main like base is Nozbe, and
Yeah,
she based her courses in Nozbe. That's amazing.
she's an amazing example of, it was like, well, I'm not Martin Luther King Jr., but I can say that I had a dream. So my dream was kind of this, what Asha is providing, this kind of service that she is teaching her method to get organized. She has her own method, her own style, her own way of training. But one of the tools, and then the main tool in her tool belt is Nozbe, is our app. Because it, like when I launched Nozbe, it resonated very quickly with people who read Allen's book, Getting Things Done. But later, when Nozbe went mainstream, the problem was that many people signing up for Nozbe didn't know where to start, what to do with it, how it will help them get things done. And for that, and especially when you're a busy solopreneur and you're like, or a small business owner, and you have everything, everything is going well, business wise, but there are just too many things to organize. uh, you need a guidance how to set it all up. And by just signing up for Nozbe, eh, like we have video resources, we have help page and stuff, but it's hard for us to help you without knowing how your business works. But if you sign up for a training with Asha, she will teach you how to do it, and she will set you up, in Nozbe, which is exactly this kind of synergy that I was looking for.
Yes, sh- it was a gift for us because we were always worried that, hmm, okay, people sign up, they even buy a subscription, but they very soon get lost. We will tell
Mhm.
you why it's happening. But in Poland, she took over the market, and now I know that the uh, new clients, new customers, new Nozbe users have someone to go to and to ask
Mhm.
questions and to have a personal implementation that we, as because we have many of them, we can't really serve everyone, but she can focus on individual users and clients. So that's
I
a
mean,
huge.
we are doing our best. We even have the demo page where people can sign up for a demo with you at nozbe.com/demo. But even that is not enough. I mean, in what she is doing is something much more, because she has a method. She has, and it's a longer training. Like your, demo with you is like 30 minutes or a little bit more. But with her, they have several hours when she goes through these businesses and she helps them set everything up, which is amazing. And the best part, and before we dive into details, the backstory is also fun, because she started with courses for women. I mean, the first courses were about cleaning up your computer, like how to organize folders and things on your computer. And when she was doing that, some of the clients said, "Okay, now my computer is clean. I want to, get things done, and I want to know how to manage my tasks." And one of her customers said that she was trying Nozbe and she really liked it. And this is how she contacted us, and how she started using Nozbe herself, and how she later, 2 years later, she is like, her business is based on Nozbe, basically. And I think this is just, this is amazing. So
Yeah.
let's
So
dive.
we can start.
I think we're glitching here. Are you okay here?
Or no? Is it okay or no?
Okay, now, because I couldn't hear you. So okay, so we'll ask Pavel to cut this out. Are you ready?
Yeah, sorry about it. I don't know what happened. First question that we asked Asia and that we thought we should discuss was, why do even one or two-person businesses need a project and task management system? Because usually when we thought of a project management, we think probably it's a corporation or for a bigger company. But even as a solopreneur, you do need something. And usually people start looking for a tool like that when there are some changes and when they become maybe, like overwhelmed. And what Asha said to you today is that you don't need to feel guilty if you start losing control or the chaos appears, because it doesn't mean that you are crap or that you are really poorly organized person. It means that something has changed. Your business grew probably, and you need to react and find a solution.
I mean,
And
yeah, I mean, this is what happened to me when I founded Nozbe. I started Nozbe. I built this tool for myself because I was successful as a consultant. So as I was successful as a consultant and I was getting things done, I thought, I want to make sure that I can deliver, my consulting services on time, and I can deliver them, uh, 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 perfectly. And that's why, and I could just plan what I have to do. And the same, this is the same thing that she said. Many businesses start small. The business owner is managing everything in her head, and then has some notes, maybe post-it notes, and then the things start blowing up because the business is blowing up. I mean, it's growing, and you need to get organized, and that's fine. That's just that's something that that should be celebrated. That, yeah, my business is doing so well that I need something better. It's like with what Marshall Goldsmith said in his book. The title of his book says it all. What got you here won't get you there.
exactly, your needs change, your attitude change, your business changes, and yeah, that's how you have to follow. You have to keep up, and sometimes the tools that you used to use are not enough anymore. And that was the question that you asked, Asia. What do entrepreneurs come with to her? So she gave three examples, three like stories. First one was an entrepreneur who was looking for an app, but all those applications and tools that she found were so complicated that before she even figured out how it how they could help her, she gave up because it was too overwhelming and she didn't know how to use them. So that was one thing. She was looking for something. She chose something maybe that was recommended or maybe that she thought would be nice, but then it turned out to be kind of overwhelming for her. So the other story was that someone found a system, an application, and they already started using it by adding and like dumping everything into the system, all the company projects, all the company information, processes. And then it turned out that she couldn't, it was so complicated that she couldn't check it regularly, that she couldn't keep up with it. And the energy that she was using was to admin and to manage the system instead of using it. So it was another thing that indicates that we should look for simpler solutions.
Yeah, and also, sometimes people come to her with like a dream idea of a dream app that will solve all these problems and all these issues, and they think that there must be something like this because this is what I dreamt about, and this must be there. It must be, and then when they cannot find this kind of dream app, they give up and they're like, "There's nothing for me. I'm a failure. There is no way I'm going to set everything up. I'm going to be doomed and I'm going to fail." And she said, and she always says that, and I really it resonates with me that, then she teaches them that to start slowly with something, and that's why. And in the end, she when she started working with us, she decided to completely start with Nozbe and just show them the basic projects, the basic tasks, and the basic comments, just for them to get started, and then from then on, start implementing more things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just to wrap up this point, why would you need the system and how to start using for it, looking for it, is you need it because you need to have everything in one place, nicely organized, and having this certainty that nobody, nothing will like skip your attention, that you won't forget about important things, that you know where to look for the information, and that you can carry the system with you. That
Mhm.
we'll go to it later on. So that's why. And now how? By looking for a simple tool that suits your current needs and the current needs of your business.
Yeah, and uh, also Asha, she chose our Nozbe because of this. Because when you start using Nozbe, it can be very simple. It can be just project, task, comment, like very very simple stuff. And then only later you can discover the advanced features, the collaboration features. You can invite more people to the team if your team grows. Like
Mhm.
there is a space to grow the system, but it starts small and it starts simple. And very often she said that the entrepreneurs, because they want to get so much done, they come with these expectations that, if I'm going to use this tool, I need these and these and these and these features. And she's like, no, 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 no. What you need first is to get your chaos organized. So focus on your needs and focus on your pain points. Like, what is really painful right now for you? Like, she gave this great example. Like, if you're forgetting this and this and this, create a project for these payments and just put dates. And that's all. That's all. That's all you need. And with that, your pain point of forgetting to pay the invoices or something, it's already done. It's taken care of. And then grow your system from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this way you tackled our second point that we wanted to mention, is that there are some things that we need to watch out when implementing or looking for a nice project and task management tool. And that's what you said, that we shouldn't expect to build a great, perfect system full of waterfalls and fountains. We need first to focus on our basic needs, and it should be the system that we choose should be simple enough to sustain itself over time, because as I said before, if it's too complicated, we will lose like motivation to use it very very soon. And the key is to adjust the tool to ourselves, to our business, to our needs. And even though there are no perfect tools in the world, it's worth looking for something that is flexible and customizable. And I think Nozbe is like this. Yeah, it's simple. It seems to be very basic, maybe crude, but then when you start using it, it reveals more and more of its possibilities. So, yeah.
Yeah, we with Asha, when we were discussing, we were also mentioning, my favorite Nozbe story of avoiding sub projects. So
Yeah.
because many entrepreneurs, many business owners, they want us when they want to set up their perfect system, they want to have this project and then this sub project and then this sub project and then project below it and then all that stuff, and then beautiful hierarchy of projects and tasks. It looks great, and then it's completely not usable because you cannot find things, or it takes you more time to figure out where to put things. Like, should this be a project of this project, or should it be a sub project of this project? Like, what should it be? And with that, it's really hard, to get things done. That's why Nozbe has always avoided sub projects. We have projects, we can group projects together. In projects, you can have project sections, you can have tasks. In tasks, you can have checklists, but there are no sub projects or sub tasks as you would understand them, because we want to make things simple. And she said that, thanks to kind of a simple hierarchy, a simple system, um, what she discovered is that many of people who come to her training, they very quickly can find this kind of reward, like, I put
And
this and this,
relief.
and relief, exactly, because I put this and this, it already works. I don't need to like, I don't need to spend like hours upon hours right now to set up a perfect system. I can just put a few things, and it already works, it already
Mhm.
does the job. And for us, like, as people who are working on Nozbe, working on a software product, this is coming to this aha moment, like, getting our customers to this aha moment, where they discover, oh, there is value in this. I'm already getting some reward from this, some value from this. It's worth my investment, because it already pays back. And I think people who go through training with Asha, thanks to her guidance, can find it quicker, so that very
Yeah.
quickly they can figure it out. This already works, this is something that already I can see will work for me.
Mhm. Yeah. So the quote to remember here from Asha is, if you try to create a perfect system, you won't even launch it, because you will already give up before it even starts working for you. So yeah, and also it's our experience when we are talking to Nozbe users, right? Very often for my consultations, and I know that you also had that type of client as well, um, that they come and they said okay, and they have the whole list of various features and functions. Okay, we
Requirements.
need this, we need with this chain task, we need sub projects, we need this and this and this. And then they show me, like, they explain me what they need and how they work. And it turns out in my head, for the moment, that, guys, it's enough that you have projects, tasks, and you nicely communicate in tasks, in comments, and maybe you could use a tag, but not necessarily. But if you are working nicely in Nozbe as we teach it, and we as we designed Nozbe, then like 91% of your issues would disappear, and probably you won't need those extra features that you expect from us.
Yeah, exactly. It's yeah, they come with all these requirements, but the basic requirement is to put that stuff, that is to put that chaos in a system, manage it all, and make sure that if you have a team, that other people also are there, so they can help you get things done together. And that's the like, you told me this once, that you would listen to this and you would say, yeah, I think 90% of your problems would be solved by our three basic features.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of this, and that's why I really like how Asha is doing her training, that she is getting her clients very quickly to this point where they figure out that there is value, figure out that this aha moment, and
Mhm.
they feel like they're succeeding already. And
Yeah.
that's why I mean, she has this track record of people going through her training, and then later staying as Nozbe customers, because like and because they like, she basically sets them up, like she helps them set up their
She does
business.
the worst job
Exactly.
with them, even not for them. She does it with them, and it already counts. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the third point we have on our list is how to implement, how to start using Nozbe.
Hmm.
So yes, the beginning shouldn't be jumping to the very deep water, as we
Hmm.
said. We should start small, with small steps. and maybe not necessarily plan to build the whole very advanced system in Nozbe on the second day of using it, because we will give up, because we will lose motivation. So what Asia recommends is 4 points. First, you need to have access to Nozbe from your computer. So you need to set up your account, I don't know, add your photo, set up payment method, and just see how it looks like. Then install a mobile app on your phone so that you have your company with you in your pocket whenever you go, wherever you need it. Number 3, create projects that are a part of your work that you know that you will need for work and for the first stage. It doesn't have to be your whole company now structured into project, maybe 2 or 3 most important, maybe even one most important project that you are currently working on. And then list your tasks for the upcoming week. And these are 4 things that she expects from her trainees at the first stage of using Nozbe. This way, Nozbe will start living with you, and you will be able to start living with Nozbe. Simple, small steps.
Exactly. And I think, I think this whole idea that, you have the app on your computer, you have it on your phone, and you add your first project, your first things. This is just uh, this already tells you, okay, I got this. I got this. It's all there. I am in control. And I think this feeling of being in control, and also the way she puts it, like the Nozbe will start living with you. I like it. And this way, it's easier to start to get going, like with the simple things. And I just when you were saying all that, I just came up with a great feature idea. I'll talk to you later about
Oh
this.
no.
But because because when you think about it, like what we can do as software developers, we can make sure that we make this process Asha style, simple, very quick. And then later, she jumps in and helps out. But I think it could be done much better. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, but the thing is that it's not a template thing. It's not something that you can make something general, because probably this first project or first 4 projects will be very personalized projects. But maybe every small business has something in common. Maybe we
Mhm.
could make it more general. Anyways, after having this basis, you can start living with Nozbe and make Nozbe living with you. And only then some questions will arise, some reflections, some maybe irritation points will come up. You have to see what works, what doesn't work. And with time, some questions will arise. And yeah, how to do this and how to do this. Okay, I have this project, but how to divide it into something smaller. Yeah, there are questions that I don't know. Asha said that probably one of her trainees asked her, what's the flame, the red flame, how can I get rid of this flame? It's overdue task. So now what I do if I have an overdue task?
Mhm.
You have questions and more questions, and this is a great moment to contact someone, consult with someone who knows the application that you are using. In our case, it would be writing a list of questions to our support. There are real people waiting for your questions, and they will give you really personalized responses to your questions. Or you can set up a consultation with me, or you can maybe ask someone who you know has been using Nozbe for a longer time, and you can just ask them, maybe ask questions on the internet. This is the good point to start asking questions, because it means that you are using Nozbe and that you have motivation and ideas to go further and to use more functions to make your life easier.
Yeah, I mean, you can just book a demo with Magda, just nozbe.com/demo. We will link in the show notes, and 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 ask her questions. or as you mentioned, go to our help page. We have quite a few tutorials, video tutorials, where you can get your questions answered, or just contact our customer support. So this is great. um, but I was thinking, we are talking about Asha, about what she does, and how she is. Let's introduce her, to our listeners, and you and the people who are watching. So I'm going to play a short clip that she recorded just before this very podcast, where she introduces herself. And also, if you are from Poland and you want to subscribe to her newsletter, there is the link to her newsletter here as well. So let's hear from Asha directly.
Hi, this is Asia Piechocka. I've helped over 100 business owners switch to Nozbe and work with more ease. Want to stay in touch? Join my newsletter and see how an organized business isn't just for few, it's just for anyone with a smart approach.
Exactly. So if you want to, stay in touch with Asha, the link to her newsletter will be in the show notes. So make
Yeah,
sure
and she doesn't probably have many resources in English, but as you could hear, she speaks English. So if you like what we are talking about, probably if you contact her, she will be happy to help you as well, as she can communicate in English. So
I mean, she speaks English perfectly. Maybe she doesn't have a perfect American accent, but who does? We don't have perfect American accents as well. And we are talking to you guys here. But what she does have is lots of knowledge, and she knows, and she has this experience of, going through with, I mean, many more people than 100, and then 100 is the number of people that stayed, people who went through her course, she set them up, and now they are using Nozbe, and they're happy campers. So it's amazing. It's amazing. And the cool thing also is that while we work with her, so just to give you some background, and so she is in our Nozbe Expert program, so you can check it out. And what the cool thing is that not only she has switched all her training to use Nozbe, so that she can really help entrepreneurs set everything up in Nozbe, but because of that, she has lots of cool ideas for cool features. And she's in touch with us. She sends these ideas over, and especially because she's a very good planner, so she uses templates a lot. She has project templates for things. She's very, very well organized, and she had quite a few feature requests regarding templates. And some of her feature requests are still in development, but some of them are already shipped. And one of the best ones was the idea of having a separate date when the template starts. And it was her idea, because she wanted to plan everything well. And we did it. And when we did it, and then we started recording this podcast, we realized we also needed that feature so much, and we rely on this feature so much. So it's really, really great, like, to have this. Asha is a different business. She's a consultant. We don't interfere with the way she teaches productivity. It's her thing. She uses our app, Nozbe, and thanks to the expert program, we can have the back and forth, and we can communicate. We can have feedback from somebody who's from the outside of our company, to give us, like, unfiltered, objective feedback of how our application is being perceived. But also, what she's doing for us, and this is really cool. I'm really appreciative about this. She's doing kind of customer testing, because she is listening to her customers, seeing what's not what's not understood, what they want to, what they don't get, what should be differently designed. And then she this to us, and then we can improve the app for everyone. So I think it's a great feedback loop. And again, as she mentioned in our podcast that we recorded in the morning, it's a win-win-win. Everybody wins. Her customers win, she wins, and we win.
yeah, so if you are a consultant or a productivity coach or something, think of it, and maybe you can become an active ambassador of Nozbe. Maybe you can use Nozbe for your goals and also cooperate with us on the same
Yeah, if you
rules.
go to just nozbe.com/expert, you will learn more about our expert program and join Asha and others in spreading productivity with Nozbe. But again, completely aligned to your system, to the way you want to teach.
So to sum up the third point that we discussed, how to implement Nozbe, is just to say that the first system is never perfect. Don't expect too much. Just start slow, because a good system is created through trial and error. Yeah, it's the iterations. You add something, then maybe okay, it doesn't work. You do it differently. So yeah, don't give up. Just try simple tools, and maybe you will be able to create a really nice system in it. Next, we want to say is a few words about how Nozbe or any other good app will grow with your business. Because it's not that you create the system and it's made of concrete and then you have to stick to it forever. It should be flexible enough to grow with your needs, and as we said at the beginning, with your needs, with the changes of your business strategy or a business model, or with the fact that your team grows or something like that. So first thing is the flexibility. Nozbe is pretty flexible, even though very, very simple. The system should keep up with the business. So Nozbe is ready for really any type of business, any field, any sector, any changes. Because the system is simple, the structure is very simple. So
Yeah, she gave lots of examples of how Nozbe grows with her clients. Like when sometimes she meets an entrepreneur and she only is on her own, a solopreneur, and then later she invites her assistant, a virtual assistant, for example, to a project. Later, she invites the virtual assistant to the whole team, to just make a team with this person, and then she hires somebody else, and then she can also share a task with them. So the system grows with the needs of that client. So and this is what we have been striving to do with the new Nozbe, that the system can be as flexible and as powerful for just one person as for the entire team. So you can get things done on your own and get things done together with others. And but later it's like it grows more. Like for example, you add a task, and then this task becomes overwhelming, so you convert it to a project, and then this project becomes repetitive, so you make it a template. Like you can keep iterating, keep improving the system. And she teaches that on her courses, like teaches that you start small. Again, this is, I think, a theme of this podcast. You start small, and then as you grow, things get more complicated, so it improves. And then in Nozbe, because we have all these additional powerful features, it can be improved. Like you start getting lots of requests, you start using tags to tag them, for example, and get them organized. Like there are so many ways that the system can grow with you.
Yeah, also she said that it was a really nice thing, that first comes the need, and then you look for a solution. And very, very often it's like a function in your app can be the answer to your need, but you didn't realize. But then when you dig deeper, you find out that this need could be done in my simple Nozbe app. One of the examples that she gave was the way her client was looking for a CRS. She asked her, could you recommend me a CRM system, because I need one.
CRM means customer relationship management system. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she didn't really know, because Joanna, Asha, she doesn't use that. But she asked, but couldn't this be done in Nozbe? And then she thought for a while, and indeed, they created a small and mini, like basic client management system inside Nozbe, just with the use of projects, tasks, maybe a few tags. And it worked. She didn't really need to look for another application, to need another subscription, to have another subscription to pay, and to have another tool to to learn and to, it can be done inside the tool that you already have.
Completely. And the cool thing was uh, that she was we were talking about this, that maybe then at some point this customer will really need a fully blown customer relationship management system at some point. But before she does, she can start small in Nozbe. She can see what she really needs, like
Mm-hmm.
which parts are really crucial of this system, and then she will be able to pick a system which is better for her. Or maybe it will just stay in Nozbe because it's going to be so easy. So you never
Mm-hmm.
know. It's like you have to try first, and because our system is so flexible, she can adapt the system to the customer's needs so easily.
Mm-hmm. Also, she said that it's very important to always have in the back of your head that it's nice to have everything centralized, and it's nice to have everything in one system, one place. So instead of looking for many apps, it's better to focus on how you can minimize the number of apps and do as much as possible with the tools that you already have. And if you really need something external, it's nice to find the ways to integrate it with your other tools so that it creates a nice cooperating system. One more thing that she told us in this point about growing and growing together with your business is that very often, especially solopreneurs, they carry most of their work, of their company, of the procedures in their heads. And
Mm-hmm.
carrying your business in your head sometimes is really overwhelming, and sometimes it prevents you from delegating things, from hiring someone, because you think, oh, before even I explain this to those new people, before I tell them how to do this, before I give them access to all the tools, oh, I will do it myself quicker. And that's how you get stuck, and that's how you get depressed and overwhelmed. So what she advises is to slowly start writing things down. And the first question you should ask yourself is, what exhausts you the most? What is the first thing that you would like to delegate? What is the thing that you maybe hate the most, that makes you demotivated the most? And create a procedure for that. Write it down somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And where you should write it down, you can do it in Nozbe. You can create a project or a task dedicated to this thing that you want to delegate, and maybe write a procedure, create a checklist,
Mm-hmm.
explain what you usually do. Maybe you can record a video tutorial for a new person. You just do your usual thing, but just turn on the recording on your laptop. And this way the person can see how you do this, and that can be the first step to delegating something to the person who maybe will do it better, in a better way than you. Maybe they are younger, maybe they are faster, maybe they are more analytical minds. Maybe they will do it better.
Yeah, completely. Like this. Yeah, it's always like good to like whenever I delegate a task to you or to anyone else, it's like I first like say what I think I want, or what I think my problem is, and then I'm counting on the other person to figure it out on their own. And my favorite part, I always say this, was is whenever I have a complicated engineering issue, and then I give it to one of our developers, to Jarek or to Tomasz, and then in one day they give me like a great answer, and I'm like, oh man, I would not be able to figure that out. But because of my curiosity and my and my idea, I can spark the spark in somebody else, through a comment, and then they can take it from there and use their expertise to figure it out.
Mm. Yet even someone doesn't do it as good as you would do it. It's just their first time. You can give them some more tips, and maybe you'll find something, the way that you can improve this process yourself. You never know. What's, two minds are more than one. Yes, so procedures, that's flexibility and new needs that don't always require a new tool. That's what we wanted to say at this point. And the last thing is cooperation. You already started this topic, so inviting people to collaborate inside Nozbe or any other project management app. This is also the first step to do when your business grows and
Yeah.
becomes bigger, and maybe when you start delegating.
Yeah. What we are doing is right now is we are exploring, like, so as you know, in Nozbe you can share, you can invite people to your Nozbe so you can create a team, or you can invite a person to a project so they can share a project, collaborate on a project with you, or you can send them a task even when they don't have Nozbe. And now, in a few weeks' time, we will improve this feature, so you'll be able to just send a link to a task to somebody. So you don't even have to put their email address, but you can send them the link through WhatsApp or through iMessage or through SMS, and they will be able to open this task and collaborate with you. So we are working on reducing the barrier of entry so you can quickly collaborate with others and still have the information in your system. Because the key is that once you start using Nozbe, you want to have this information in your Nozbe. So you want to be able to collaborate with everyone very easily. So this collaboration, and then we have some other cool ideas for some cool features that, that would help people collaborate more. Because this kind of collaboration inside the app helps you stay consistent, helps you stay organized, helps you stay in control, and on the other hand, communicates to others that that they should complete this task, that they should complete, give you the information. Like
Yes, that's not a correspondence. It's not
exactly.
communication. It's working on a task to get it done.
You're not sending them an email, you're sending them a task to do. It's a different kind of mental framing, I think. So and as I mentioned, you can start small. You can start with just sharing a task, then later sharing a project, then you can invite them to the team. Like there are many ways and many steps, and that's why I really like how Asha is doing that, because she is always engaged in a conversation with her customers to really know what they really want. Like, do you want to have this person with you, and or do you want this person to just every now and then work with you? Like how, like, what are your requirements? What are your, like, what do you really want? I remember I was consulting with Marek from the famous Polish podcast Mała Wielka Firma, because he's using Nozbe, and I was talking to him about how he should set up his Nozbe, and he was like, "Yeah, I want to invite my virtual assistant actually to my team, because I want to work with her in all of the aspects of the business, but with the web designer and the podcast editor, I want to just have shared projects, and that's it. I don't need them in the entire business." And and it's always a subtle thing, but it's important to be able to figure it out again and again. What Asha always says: start small, and then figure out, do you need them to have more access to you, or is this enough to get the job done?
Exactly, because there are people that you need only for one project. Sometimes a graphic designer or maybe an accountant. You don't need to share your whole system. You just need them for one project. And then the feature project sharing is perfect. They create a even free Nozbe account. You have your own account. You invite them to the project, you share it with them. They can have an access only to this project. They won't have access to any other of your materials and data on your account. But if it's for example, with the virtual assistant, if the collaboration becomes more and more frequent, more advanced, and only one or two projects is not enough, because you also need her support in this project, and you also would like her to get several tasks done in another project, then probably it's time to invite her to your team and start paying a subscription for her. But yeah, that these are the stages, as Michael said, the steps. You have to decide what level of involvement you need from a person you want to collaborate with.
Yeah, and again, I would like to say that I'm really, really happy that the Nozbe Expert program is taking off and seeing successes like Asha, pulling through 100 people over to the good side, to the productivity side, uh, uh, um, and and being able to collaborate with us, having her own system, but yet using our tool as the tool of choice, and some customers ask her, like, why are you sticking with Nozbe and not teaching us different productivity systems? She's like, yeah, but I'm using Nozbe myself, so I know it myself, and I'm keep improving my system for myself. So I wouldn't be able to help you on such a deeper level if I would be an expert in all these tools, because I won't be, because if
Yeah.
this is my tool of choice, I'm subconsciously just an expert in this tool. Like, this is what I want to promote. And the cool thing is that this is a partnership that just works, that we have the same our goals are aligned. Her goal is to set up a business for her customer so that the customer is happy and relieved, and that it works. And then on the other hand, it's also our goal that when they use Nozbe, they're happy using Nozbe and they are getting things done. So our goals are aligned, and it works perfectly. And what she mentioned, and you alluded to it in the past, that very often what her customers are reporting to her very, very quickly is the relief, the feeling of relief that, oh, these things are taken care of now. This is already set up. Oh, I know how this works. Oh, I know where to find it. Oh, I am in control. I am relieved.
I
And come
don't
on,
have to remember, forget about the important meeting.
I don't have to be stressed out about this. And this kind of feeling of relief, and I think is something that we have to find. We have trouble finding when we are entrepreneurs, because you are concerned about so many things. So when suddenly you don't have to be concerned about some very important chunk of your work, so you can focus your mindset, your cognitive powers, to solving more problems or getting more clients or doing more stuff, while having the other things sorted. And I think it's great, like with the you know so I think she should change her slogan. I bring and women entrepreneurs a feeling of relief. Something like this.
Yeah. So what? I think we discussed all the points that we wanted.
Yes.
We advertised Asia's service and wisdom enough. We
Yeah.
hope that maybe you consider joining our expert program as well, if you are using Nozbe a lot and you want to share the way you do it with other people.
Yeah, our Nozbe Expert program is for these people who are consultants, business consultants, want to teach other people productivity, or just setting up their businesses, help them run the businesses. So if you are one of these people, join Asha and many of our other consultants in our
And
Nozbe
we will
Expert program.
record an episode about you.
Exactly. We will invite you here to the podcast. We'll be happy to invite you here, and I think, again, this is a great relationship. This is a great win-win-win situation, and I'm looking forward to many more uh, win-win-wins like this in the future. And if you came here to this podcast, and you still haven't set up your Nozbe account, you can contact Asha about this, or you can sign up for nozbe.com/demo with Magda, or you can just use our link and get credits, which you can use for up to 3 months of free service of Nozbe Premium. So make sure to check it out. And one more thing before we go, the next podcast will be recorded in 3 weeks. So we will have a 3-week, instead of 2 week, we will have a 3-week break, because we will be recording a podcast together, because we have our Nozbe reunion, and Magda and I we will be we will be together. Yeah, there we go. There we go. We will be together in the same room with all the Nozbe team, with the entire Nozbe team, and we will hang out, and we will also record an episode of this podcast from one place. So make sure to check it out. And thanks again for listening, and hope you can recommend our podcast to your friends. Bye-bye. Thank you for being an amazing listener of the No Office podcast. Every other Wednesday, we meet to talk about productivity and hybrid lifestyle, because we believe that work is not a place to go. It's a thing to do. It's a special gift only to No Office podcast listeners. When you sign up for Nozbe using this link, nozbe.com/podcast, you'll get $30 of credits, which you can use to upgrade to Nozbe Premium. Nozbe helps thousands of smart business owners and their teams get their professional and private life organized in a single app in a simple way. And Nozbe is free for up to 3 active projects and 3 people on your team. So start today and claim your free bonus credits, which you will later need to upgrade to unlimited projects. Once again, thank you for being an amazing listener. Thanks for your support and for spreading the word about our No Office podcast and Nozbe. See you and hear you in the next episode, and in the meantime, claim your bonus credits here.